Hey guys! Before today's video starts, I want to explain why it's going to look, feel, and sound completely different than my normal content. And the answer is quite simple. I'm an idiot that forgot to unmute his mic for what turned out to be a 1 hour and 42 long minute recording session, so I have to salvage this with a cheesy-esque voiceover. Is that fun? No. Is it embarrassing? Absolutely, but it's a good lesson for me that unfortunately turns into boring content for you. So I'm gonna try to make this video nice and quick. We'll start off with my goals for this video, which were to get 12 achievements by the time it was over. I wasn't even close to that, by the way. In order to do this, I created yet another custom championship called The Grind is Real 2. Electric Boogaloo, because it's funny and you can't convince me otherwise. My first achievements I set my sights on were adaptable, finesse, and building a legacy. So, I took a very long road trip through the ocean from America to Finland, and upon arriving, I got my legacy ready for battle. And then all hell broke loose. You see, I'm bad at Finland. Like, embarrassingly bad. I genuinely don't know how many attempts it took me to complete just these two stages, but I'm sure it was enough to trigger a therapist into thinking I need to be in a padded room. No, I'm not counting them all, so don't ask me to. At some point during my Boss Montenegro cosplay, I got jump scared by the first achievement of the day, which wasn't even in my notes. After a quick terminal, I finished the first stage of the day and moved on to a fresh new hell that looked less like dirt gameplay and more like Russian dash cam footage. Hey, Australian Sienna here. I completely forgot to write the next 3 achievements into my script, so I'm just gonna abruptly throw those into the video now, as you can clearly see behind me, before I lose sleep over it. Because if I don't put these in the video, I'm going to kick myself in the for a very long time. And I don't want that, because I can't reach that. Because my foot does not bend like that. I say foot, it requires my entire leg to bend. You know what I meant. The entire time I was attempting building a legacy, I couldn't tell if I had to roll 3 times in one go, or roll the car on 3 separate occasions, so I chose the latter since it was the safe option. Unfortunately, the safe option costed me 2/3 of my remaining sanity, because to my surprise, nearly dying on purpose is not as easy as I thought it was. Eventually, I did have a solid attempt at that, despite leaving my legacy with 3 wheels and the same amount of power as a Trabant, got me to roll 3 separate times and make it to the finish line, where my achievement, and brain-dead marshals, awaited me.
That felt good.
Next up on my fever dream of a to-do list was to get a job application. Oh, wait, wrong one. My actual next objective was to get a podium in Wales with the C4 rally. This turned out to be a complete waste of time, but we'll get back to that later. Upon arriving, I quickly remembered that going to Wales in a car that doesn't have enough ground clearance for your average American pothole is a diabolical experience that was programmed by a sadomasochist. I unironically lost my sense of time during these 2 stages to the point where I was reaching delusional levels of upset. After what felt like 4 hours of listening to Maury Calliope on repeat, I finally gave up because I felt like I was actually going to break something if I kept trying to complete this challenge. So, Rallycross it is then, or at least that's what I thought. You see, my next main achievement was to win in Hell in the Rain. Seems simple enough. Well, apparently I completely forgot about this fact while making the championship because I set the track to Mojave Desert levels of dry. After quitting out and redoing the championship, I messed up again because instead of raining, the track was simply moist. So, 3rd time's the charm then. With the track officially set to every TikTok sad boy's favorite weather scenario, it was time to get to work. Unlike the last 2 events, I had a huge advantage in Hell. So much so that I set the AI to 100 simply to entertain myself because I knew I would win anyway due to my skill around this particular track. And after 6 mostly clean sweeps, plus this crazy ass lap time, the job was done. Honestly, easiest thing ever. And at this point, I completely ran out of energy and decided to not attempt 10 consecutive time trials in Argentina, because that was next on my to-do list, until I took one look at it and tore it in half. And with that, the LSD trip is finally over. Making this script was extremely fun despite the painfully annoying editing that followed, so I'm really eager to hear feedback on this in the comments. And as a final note, my next video won't be a dirt video because after this absolute train wreck of an episode, I need a healthy break, plus some off-camera practice. Hopefully I don't get an achievement off camera because that's going to be extremely awkward. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like, and please consider subscribing. I don't like to sell out like this, but it would help my channel's growth tremendously, and I really do need the help. I hate to say it, but it's true. And as always, I hope you have a nice day, and thanks for stopping by.